Hey, it's Bill Engvall.
Hey, dude.
How you doing?
You're not happy this morning, are you? I don't want to know.
I'm not happy. No, I'm not happy.
They've roped me into another one of these stupid interviews at God knows crack of dawn, whatever.
Yeah,
so listen, I got to thinking about this because I had an opportunity to visit with you a little bit last year. It was before Bristol came aboard with me. And, because you and I, you're just a little older than me, but you and I are in about that same phase of our lives in that, your kids are all on the brink of, adulthood and,
right.
And so all of a sudden, you're making some adjustments in your life. Is it better, worse, different? I mean,
well, I think that there's probably a little bit of both. I got to tell you, it's really weird because like my son just graduated this year. My daughter's graduated a month later from grad school, and my son has moved back in with us. But it's one of the things like I don't mind it because I've had my I had my time of like go do your thing, go to college, be an idiot, and now it's kind of cool having them around. So it's weird that as you get older, you kind of want you want the chicks back in the pen. It's like
sure, I see that.
I've been through that. I need to be apart from me for a little bit stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even my daughter and her son, her husband. I wish they were a little closer, but. It's also, but then again, like last night, it's like my son went out with his friends, and we have a new puppy. He's not brand new; he's like 6 months old, but he's an Australian Shepherd, and has like the best hearing I've ever heard in my life, and doesn't just if he hears something in the house, doesn't just bark. I mean, commits to it 3,000%. So you literally, I don't know, you may remember this cartoon. Do you remember that cartoon when the cat would be asleep and that dog would sneak up behind it and bark and that thing would hit the ceiling? Yeah. That happened like 4 times last night. I go on the road just to keep my sanity.
Oh, dude, I can imagine.
Hey, you know what? I'll bring my Australian Shepherd on Friday night just to make you feel at home.
God, they're too smart. They are too smart. I love this dog, but he's just way too smart for me.
It's neat that you bring up going on tour. Because you guys, you on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, y'all spent a lot of time together. You and Larry and Ron and Jeff, and each one of you has some similarities, but there's enough difference, where
right.
You're all unique in your own way.
Well, I don't know that anybody's got anything similar to Larry.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that was a really fun thing to be a part of, and the guys are great. We still stay in touch, and people are always asking us, you guys going to get back together? Are you going to do another one? And then, I always kind of, if the fellows want to do it, I'm in 100%. But I've always also been of that believer that you leave them wanting more. You don't want to go to a place where you sold 8,000 tickets and now you sell 1,000.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and plus everybody's kind of doing their own thing right now. I mean, like my show there at the Riverdome, people are going to get a sneak preview into the new special I've got called Just Selling for Parts. It's going to be taped in August, and everybody that comes to that show there in Louisiana is going to get to see it before anybody else does.
Oh, wow. Where are you going to tape that?
We're taping it at a little theater I played, one of the first theaters I ever played back in Rockford, Illinois. Just this great old club theater called the Tivoli. That's one of those 1920s, and it's not a big one, but just real cool looking. And
what channel is that going to be on?
I don't know because I'm going to shoot it myself. In other words, I'm paying for everything, so I'll just license it out, and so. It may, it may be on Netflix. It may be on HBO. Who knows? It's whoever wants it. We'll have to figure out a deal.
Is that not the coolest thing, technology today?
That you can just do that.
I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, it's. And by the way, I'm probably one of the most technologically challenged people on the planet.
But you have people for that.
Yeah, that's just. I had on my phone. I go, please put those numbers in there because I don't know what I'm doing. But it is weird. My wife and I were talking about that the other day, that we were driving from L.A. back up to Park City, and she's sitting on her iPad, and I said, "Man, that's." And we shot a video because at an 11-hour drive, you get bored and start. So I thought, let's put a video up on the website, and because I do a really crappy Matthew McConaughey, and
okay, you got to do Matthew for us now that you've mentioned.
Well,
it.
I have a F-250 pickup, and so I did a thing. I said I'm going to do a spoof on that
Mercury
commercial he did, and she goes, all right, and we filmed it in the car and put it up on Facebook. That's the title of the story. I just can't believe that you can do that now. It's
right.
Like, it used to be that Dad had the big camera and lights in your eyes, and he took it to his drugstore, and they sent it off to Kodak, and they made a little film out. It's like he got it like 8 months later. Now it's instant.
You ever considered how much money that chiropractors made from dads hauling around that camera over the
Oh, my God. It's funny. I still have, we were, we're getting ready to move, so I was we were cleaning out the house, which is amazing that you can accrue so much garbage. But I found our very first cell phone, one with it was the big box that the thing was still attached to it, the receiver. And it weighed like 12 pounds. And,
it was like a brick.
Yeah, it was. It was a brick with a strap on it.
Well, I think the first one I got was the bag phone.
Yeah.
But what was so funny was you never dropped a call back then, and I've never understood why. I mean,
everything was what it was because it was analog. It wasn't all digital now. It's like, now a bird. This is what I don't understand about the internet. Why is it I can go to a Super 8 motel and the internet's free? Yet I go to the Ritz-Carlton where it's the same internet and it's $34 a day. What am I not getting here?
But it's the better version of the internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been some pretty funky stuff come out of Motel 8, so whatever it is.
Oh.
There's some pretty good videos coming out of those hotels.
Bill Engvall, Friday night at the Horseshoe Riverdome. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning, brother.
Listen, Gary, it's anything for you. All right. I just want to tell you that.
Oh.
He did it.